So we are now live, I think. Hello, YouTubers. How are you?
Excited. Hello, guys. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Christina.
Yes. And they're both Harrises.
Welcome.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you two related at all, Christina and Mariana?
Well, they could be Scottish, couldn't they? Because, you know, it's Harris Tweed and all that.
Aye. Yeah. Hiya, Tanya.
Boom, I'm here, LOL.
Hi, Tanya.
Yeah. It's Daddy and us two together again.
Yeah. I'm back on with the guys again.
Yes. So, yes. Hopefully we're going to have a good night if you can share out. And yeah, let people know we're on.
Caring is sharing.
Yep. Sharing is sharing as well.
She's going, yay.
Hi, Mand. I'm glad you're on tonight.
Hi, Mand. Are you in the pink?
Yes, hopefully you can stay on this time. Hi, Julie. Hi, Mariana.
Not too bad, Julie. Not too bad.
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Emily.
Plodding along.
Yep, plodding along.
And that's how you pronounce your name, yeah.
Yeah. So how is everyone today? Please let us know and let us know where you're all from.
Absolutely. Come on. Give it up. Give the information up. Come on.
All right.
You're being interrogated. We need to know where you're from.
Let's share the love. Let's share the light. And see how things go.
It's all divine.
Hi, Maria J. How are you, my lovely? Maria Jane, I've known her since birth. Basically. We lived in the same road for many, many years. Haven't seen her for about 30 odd years now, Maria.
No, the one she struggled with.
Is from
Cindy.
British Columbia.
Yeah.
Julian is from
Suffolk.
Northern California.
Oh, lovely.
Man's from Suffolk.
We are very well. We'd like to make a date, Maria, to get you on because you are a fantastic medium from what I'm being told, and I've heard a lot about you, Marie.
Oh, Jennifer's from Bristol.
That's where my auntie and uncle.
Oh, I haven't seen anything on my Facebook page, Marianne. Sorry.
Yeah.
See, Vladimir, your suit's from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah. Yes, definitely, Maria. Where are you living now? Are you still in Egham? Egham and no chips.
Oh, what?
Egg and ham and no chips. Hi, Kim.
Egg and ham and no chips.
Yeah, that's what we used to say. Because it's egg ham.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. In Surrey.
All right, yeah.
Are you in Stanwell now?
It's been there for 25 years, mate.
Oh, wow.
We've
got the big man here tonight with us, Marie. The big man. Daddy Tom, he is with us.
Yep.
And we're going to have a very interesting evening.
He's an XL.
Yeah, but what we're going to do...
He's XX.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to actually, to start off with, open the floor up and anything you want to discuss.
So open the floor up and fall through it?
Yeah. So if there's anything you want to discuss first, we're going to start with that, and then we will do mediumship straight after. Marie-San, nice to meet you, Tom.
Nice to meet you too, Marie. I'm his new daddy.
Yeah. Oh, she knew my other one. She knows
right.
my other one, unfortunately. But... Hi, Joanne.
That'll be an interesting scenario if you try to do that, Marianne. It really will. I bet the pictures will be about Paul's waxworks. Correct me if I am right or if I am wrong. Would love a reading, please. Oh, Emily, come on, please. Give us a chance.
I have a very good selection.
Emily did say hello, though, I've got to say.
Oh, yes, right. That's fair enough, then.
Yeah, because I've
got to keep you right, son, because otherwise I'll bounce up there and with the old picture, you know.
I'll do a reading from Macbeth.
He does, Mariana. Daddy Tom does have his own Facebook page.
Yeah, do indeed.
Yeah. Kim's asking how you're feeling.
Chest's been a bit iffy. Still awaiting the results. I've had my afternoon nap.
I had mine.
I didn't.
Oh, I crashed out. I literally crashed out. How do you know your spirit guide? Man Pink.
Because they burst in through the doors and go, Heidi, hi.
Mine usually says, oh, hello. Hello, Joe, pal. How you doing? Kim, I am working on a classic car. I am also decorating at home.
My lovely friend Jodie, she is on.
Getting told off. I do. I keep getting told off.
Have you been misbehaving?
Oh, I'm always misbehaving, you know that.
Mine's blowed his peace pipe, LOL.
I've got it. I've actually got an antique peace pipe.
Hi, Pam Potane. How are you, my lovely?
Yes, man. They all come through the windows. I only wish they'd wash them when they do.
Yeah. Man Pink, as you all know, I'm not doing the wax cards, but I've done some special ones for people who mean a lot and helped us out a lot. And this one is for you, man.
Oh, there it is.
I've done this for you as you've always helped us out. You've always, been watching out for us and looking after us. So this is for you, man. I will be sending that. And yes, Stacey,
you. Not her again.
Sparks.
Oh,
you know what I told you, Stacey?
Is she going to be here again?
Yeah. Stacey, I've got this for you, my lovely. As I told you, I had.
Stacey Sparks, step in time.
Is Stacey Sparks answering or not?
Yes, that's fantastic, Paul. Thank you. Kiss, kiss.
Yeah. This is for you, as I did say that I'm doing a card for you as well, because if it weren't for you, as I always say, it weren't you. You're the one who helped me and guided me through it. So I'd like to say thank you. We'll open up the floor if anyone wants to talk about anything before we get started with the mediumship.
It's an antique one. Native American.
Yeah, Maria Jane. Definitely.
Little thing it is.
Yeah, not just yet, Tanya.
As the saying goes, Stacey Sparks, step in time. Stacey Sparks, step in time. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. My guys are growing close to you.
Did you see Stacey breaks wind there?
Stacey breaks wind?
I thought that's what you were singing there.
No.
Oh.
It's Stacey Sparks, step in time.
Hey, Stacey, now you've been peeking again.
E-I-E-I-O. My guides are growing close to you. Stacey Sparks, step in time. That's what I was saying.
He's doing the Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I'm going to disappear with a brawly shortly.
Thank you, Christina.
Yeah, so, right.
Everybody's saying things and I can't... what's the history on it? I got it from an antique store up in the northeast many years ago now, Marie. And for the life of me, I can't remember.
Oh.
But I've
my
had
last one.
Bless you, Joseph. Thank you.
My last one goes to Carly Lou.
Carly Lou.
Yeah.
Bless her. She's on the loo.
Carly Lou. Sorry. Yeah. So this is for you as well, Carly. So I'd say thank you all for supporting us while I was doing the wax.
Did you say Carly Lou on the loo?
No.
You sure? That
Yeah.
sounded like it. Did you hear that, Dad?
Have you seen bonkers, Marie Jane? Tom with the pussy porn, please.
Hi, lingering.
Oh my God! You spent Hey, Joe, you're meant to be on holiday.
Yes. I know a song about pussy.
There we go.
Yes. It's Katz and Claw, ja, das macht die Katze froh. Du bist eine saubere Katze, aber.
I'll have that with chips then, please.
Basically, it's a song about cat litter.
I'm not sure whether this is the right place to do that poem, if I'm honest with you, Joseph.
Yeah.
No, I've had that pipe about 40 odd years, so I can't.
What is this? Hold on, what is this?
Oh, do you take requests? How about Smelly Cat?
That is a spammer, innit?
Was it? Who was it?
This one.
Blessed. Definitely looks
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. We listed our house yesterday. Will we sell it quickly?
Is that a spammer or not?
So
no idea.
He listed his house yesterday. Will it sell quickly? It's a question.
Oh, sorry. I do apologise. It's just with those question marks and that, it made me think. We don't do
fortune telling.
Fortune telling.
See, I knew you were going to say that. I looked into the future.
Stacey said no.
What's she saying no to?
I don't know.
Sorry, I could not hear your question. We didn't give a question.
We didn't give a question. Blessed. So right.
There you go. There's your answer, Patrick. Giving you your answer, blessed.
And Stacey's given the answer as well. Selling house, no.
There you go.
Hi, Donna Ray. How are you, my lovely?
But if we're not doing Q&A, we'll be doing A&E.
Yeah. What we're going to do, we're opening the floor if anyone wants to discuss anything.
Or fall through the hole.
Yeah. Or
fall through the hole.
Or then we will go into mediumship. So the floor is down to you, whatever you want to speak about. You could ask us questions. You can ask anything. And
I owe you nothing. Spark. Don't say I owe you.
As most of you know who was on Wednesday, I am no longer doing the wax cards.
They can do, Jennifer, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What was your answer? What was your question, Kim? Oh, are we doing Q&A? Sort of. Plus mediumship.
She said, are we doing Q&A? And I said, if we're not doing Q&A, we're doing A&E.
Do you see
I answered the question.
To another place in the near future?
Do both, Christina. You'll enjoy it.
Right, Cindy, we're not fortune tellers, lovey. I can't answer that because I don't tell the future. I don't know what. I'd never be able to.
Changes every second of every moment of every day.
Yeah, I would not even attempt to tell the future.
Not Paul, Tom. What? Kim, what are you on about?
I want to know if when you meditate or what's that?
Or visualize.
Or visualize.
Are you in the first or third person, please? Okay. Jodie, when I meditate or, as you say, do visualization practice, more often than not, I am looking through the eyes of my guide as he takes me on a tour of various places in the spirit world. And I get to see just about everything and anything that I am meant to on that particular trip. On other occasions, I have been holding objects that have belonged to other individuals. And through my third eye, I've actually relived, if you like, some of the moments of that person's life through their eyes. And that technique is called psychometry. So if you have objects of, say, loved ones, I'll give you an example. Say your great aunt Thelma's bone china teacup and saucer. When you hold that, you can actually be cast back in time to a conversation that individual had with you. And that, again, is called psychometry. But what I find in doing that is I actually hear that person's voice reciting the conversation that I had with them as a child when I first came into contact with that object. And that comes straight to mind. And you can say that the object is, if you like, ancestral heritage of the family line. And the information, you could describe that as being ancestral wisdom, because that's a piece of wisdom that individual gave you in conversation at that time that you are being shown, often not through their eyes. And that is a ancient gift from spirit, which was very common in the Viking times and often comes up when I use ruin stones.
Hi, Yvonne.
Carolyn, we normally do it once a week, but this time, for some reason, we're doing it again tonight.
Makes a change.
Yeah.
How long after passing over can spirits come through? The very second they pass away, man.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Question for Tom. How do you do your unique work with spirit by bringing the voice through? Very different and very unique. It's a natural progression. It's like Paul's progressing over now from his waxwork cards to the clairvoyant side. With myself, it has been a natural progression for me, purely because throughout my life, spirit have been there close around me, and things started kicking off when I was around about 5 years of age, playing with spirit and what have you. I find that these days it's more to do with where people's loved ones want to have a conversation with the loved ones here. So that's how my work has progressed over from saying he's saying and she's saying to, well, I am this, I am that, I did this, I did that, I was having this and having that done, and yeah, all the rest of it, yeah. So yes, it was. It's a long journey. It is a long journey of over 50 odd years of walking on a spiritual pathway, basically. but I've enjoyed every moment of it. And I got to meet these two lovely lads. One who is my son and son-in-law. So hey, but
yeah. This was quite an interesting one. But I don't know the answer myself.
I can give you the answer.
Do spirit call you by your original name even if you've changed your name?
Yes, they can do, Marianne.
Yeah, indeed.
Especially in the female variety, because when you get married, you change your name.
Yeah. I have guys that refer to me by my original name when I first came onto the earth plane. And
first name was Madam Tutu, wasn't it?
Nah. Socrates, commander of the archers of Troy.
Do you recall our conversation we had one evening? It's very rare that when we gather, when us three gather together, Mumsy tends to be with us as well. We always have what I would say is fun. We let our hair down. We don't talk in as far as it's to do with like spirit stuff. We have a laugh. We talk about daily things and about life and how it goes and all the rest of it. So we have a complete and utter sort of fun time of it. We have a tendency that because we are constantly doing this for people, that we have a tendency to go on the other footing where we talk about life in general. So yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. We have fun.
Yeah. Sending lots of love to you, Pam. I've been struggling with my emotions, lots of grief. I've had my best friend of 28 years pass away and one of my precious cats.
I just found out one of my cousins passed away today. Well, tonight, just before I came on.
Oh. So,
but I know they're all right, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, sending love and blessings to you, my lovely. Julie Ann said, is the other side all light and love and a place where souls are also flawed as they were when they were alive?
No, you've got various different areas basically. You've got your levels in spirit basically, and when you pass over, you tend to go into that first level. And when you go into that first level, that is where everybody that's passed away, they all congregate. So you've got all the crap and all the good, and you've got everything there, basically. And then you move on to the different levels, basically, as you progress. In spirit, you move forward.
If you envisage it like a hotel, the more kinder and light-loving that you were on the earth plane, the higher up the floors you go. And if you are a complete numpty, then you tend to hang around the first and ground floor more.
Yeah.
So when you go to the reception desk, you hope that you get a key for maybe the 5th or 6th floor or even higher.
Hiya, Kelly Francis is on. Wait. Can I just answer this one? Jennifer's saying about her daughter.
Go for it. I was going to say,
Jennifer,
deal with this one.
with all due respect, and don't take this the wrong way, do not give anyone things like what you put on there. Only because you're feeding the medium or a medium, and they could. This is how scams are done in mediumship and causes bad things, because you've given most of the stuff to us, so anyone could just come up and say to you, oh, I've got your daughter here, her name's Brittany Thomas, and then they could scam you out of hundreds of pounds and then go, come back next week, I'll give you some more. Please, if you learn anything, do not give details like that to anyone. All you should be asking is yes or no, or can I have a message. Things like that. Do not give what you actually have got on there. It's only a bit of advice. Am I right there?
Yeah, you are. But also, we can add to that. You know, this is how I became an extra large rather than sort of just being a medium. You know what I mean? By saying things like this. But also, what you have to remember here as well is that a lot of mediums will shy away from that question purely and simply because they will think that they are going to fall into a trap. Hello, may I have a message, please? That's beam okay. Or beam up okay, is it? Got me.
Jennifer Sedman sent, because she's answered someone else's question, and she just put, as far as she understands, that they stay in spirit until we join them so they can greet us. They can then choose to come back once all people they knew have passed over.
Okay, it's different.
That sounds wonderful, though.
Yeah, I mean, I
find true, though, not strictly true.
Yeah, you have a choice.
Yes, there's a choice presented to you, and also I have read about in some very spiritual books about former mediums.
Hiya, Tracy Connolly Smith.
And documented examples of reincarnation where a mother of, I think it was 3 kids, passed away early when the children were like under 10, and 30 years later was reincarnated as a woman again, I believe. And she was able to track down her children through her memories of her previous life of being their mother. And the family was then fully reunited on the earth plane during the children's still existing lifetime. And that's, well, I believe it was Ireland that took place in.
Yesterday's Children is the film. I watched it the other day. Beautiful film. Absolutely beautiful.
So although what you're saying isn't wrong, it's not strictly true about them hanging around until all their relatives have passed over that have knew them. They do have the choice to come back at any point that they decide to. So it's right, but it's not 100% correct. People do have the choice to come back if they want.
Jeannie, I love that. What happens if you have 3 husbands? Who would you meet? Then she's put 2 husbands, sorry.
Jennifer, we're not saying you're a scammer, lovey. We're not saying you're a scammer at all.
No. What my son was saying, which I have to agree with, is that when you see posts come up like that, people can scam you and say that they have that person for you. Basically,
that's what we meant by it. It don't mean that you're a scammer. It's just if someone, like, say you had a loss and you gave them their name and they were, say for instance, your dad's, you've given them half the battle to actually scam you.
Son, I come over and I come through, you'll know it's me anyhow. There's not be a question about it.
No, what we're saying is we're not calling you a scammer at all, lovey. What we're saying is just don't give details, because that does, people do use that for scamming. And no, what I actually liked what you put there, because it actually brought a conversation in with that. But no, I think it was another Jennifer. It wasn't you. There was another Jennifer on who said about her daughter.
Pam Partain, which 2 of us are going to be upset by you saying, "Hey, sweetie"? I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there.
What we were saying, we were only saying for the benefit of you, not us. You know, because do that if you want, but then we can't give the proof.
But it's
That's
not
what
evidence
we're
then.
about, giving the proof.
Yeah. It's not evidence then, is it?
It's we're not giving you evidence. If we've already know half of it, we can't give you any evidence then, can we? We've got to prove there is life beyond where we are now.
Yeah, she could come through and say, I hated that name.
Yeah. It's life in Mars.
Oh.
No, we weren't calling you a scammer, my lovely.
No, Lynn, there's no need for that sort of remark, is there?
What's that?
Charming.
What's that?
All of you were going to be sort of pushed out purely simply because Pam was meaning Lynn when she said, hi, sweetie.
Right, Tommy. Right, Tommy Finch is when a person is absolutely horrible in this plane, is all forgiven and they become good, or is there a special spirit gathering place for murderers and abductors and all that sort of thing? Well, as I've seen in the world of spirit, there is a particular place that everyone goes to, and it's if you like, a room of reflection, where they see the life that they've led with warts and all, and it's like almost like looking at yourself in a mirror, and you are subject to seeing the things you did and the things that you said, and the hurt that your words and actions caused others. So, for example, a murderer would see the grief and hurt that he caused the victim and the victim's families and friends, etc. And he would be given an opportunity to reflect and, if you like, pay penance. And he would undergo extensive healing in the healing pool. And, if you like, given an opportunity to show remorse and seek forgiveness from all those around that were affected by it. One of the things that you do find in the world of spirit is because there's so much love energy in there, that it actually cleanses and transforms the soul. So the person concerned is, if you like, changed into what he should have been. And in some cases, the individual may come through and make contact with surviving members of the victim's family and express excessive remorse and ask for forgiveness. Sometimes it's given, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, as Stacey's just put, it's a room of judgment.
Yeah,
on your own actions in life.
Yeah,
it's actually the halls of knowledge. That's what spirit call it, the halls of knowledge. And
hi boy, how are you, buddy?
Where you've learned all your knowledge in this world, and it's transferred into your big tome, your big book, up in that hall, and you sit there and you are told to read it and to make your own judgment as to whether you did right or wrong to the person or persons involved. The halls of knowledge, basically.
Yeah. There's one I'd look up here which I didn't quite understand. Julianne, there is evidential mediumship whereby the
characteristics and specific information
comes through. Any thought on that?
I didn't get the question. I can't say the question.
There.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, I'll give you an example. It's a really good example, actually. When I used to serve churches and whatever all over the place, there was one particular church in question I used to go to, and this lady's father used to come through every time I was there, and he had that place in an absolute uproar. the amount of times it was like it was beeping this, beep that, beep this, beep that. My goodness, every other word was a swear word basically, and I couldn't say it in the church. And he was a real character, and he used to come through like that. He used to really sort of show his.
Forgiveness is not given. Do spirits suffer guilt?
Yes, they can. Yes, purely because they have to learn that they've done wrong.
And for the individual concerned who is harboring the unforgiveness towards that individual, if you like, it's a bit like yin and yang. That individual who couldn't forgive the person for causing the hurt and shame and, emotional or physical pain, that person themselves will never fully receive the healing that they deserve and need. Because part of the healing process for situations like that is, first of all, as an individual, you have to be able to forgive yourself. And secondly, you have to be able to forgive others that have wronged you, irrespective of what it was, so that you yourself can then receive the healing that you need to recover from traumatic circumstances in your life. For example, if you were a victim of abuse, you have to be able to, at some point in your life, to be able to move on and to recover, is to be able to forgive yourself for believing it was your fault, for example, but then forgive the other person for committing the sin against you. And that way you then free yourself spiritually to be able to receive the healing from spirit that you need and that you fully deserve. And in doing so, that gives spirit an opportunity to change that individual in spirit, so that when they return back into the earth plane and are born into a new body, that they will have learned from those mistakes that they had made and not allow themselves to commit atrocities like that ever again. Yeah. So they will have learned from their mistakes. But as you see with the Lord's Prayer, it's, forgive our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. There's a very good reason for that having been part of the Lord's Prayer, because it's about healing. It's about healing those who've done wrong to you and healing yourself from the effects of that wrong. So it's always advisable, where you can, to forgive yourself and that person. It may take years. It may take a very, very long time before you can even reach that point where you're able to say, okay, I forgive you for the assault that you committed to me when I was a child in the children's home. But you might be 70 before you're able to do that. But at some point, spirit will bring you to bring you forward to the point where you're able to do it. And it doesn't matter how long it takes.
No bother, Roy. Can any spirit fall through?
Oh, hold on a minute, mate. Got to go back a bit. Cindy Glover, is deja vu something you're feeling from a past life? Yes, it can be, Cindy, yes. Kim Scott, if you're a bad person in this life, do you come back in the next life being bad? No, it's sometimes, you can be a bad person in this life and treat people badly, and you can then come back into this world again at your choice, where somebody will treat you exactly the same, so you'll get to feel about how bad you were, basically. Right,
does any spirit slip through the hall of learning?
No.
This one's quite interesting. What Anna Marie Newman put. Do you have any information on asking for divine intervention or angelic assistance, and how do we do this, please?
I have particular guides, basically, that they can, create a divine intervention and or angelic assistance, which both you boys know, where we've had it in a previous whatever conversation. The aspect is that I if someone comes to me and they're in big trouble, i.e. whereby they're being attacked by dark energies or whatever, I can round up one guide in particular who will deal with it and sort it, basically, which is nice, you know, because he just goes in there and he just grabs hold of them and he takes them straight into light, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. Can I answer this one from Roy? How do you know that the voice in your head is someone else and not yours? Well, as we always get told, the first thing is spirit, all the rest is your own.
I can answer that one as well. I can answer that one as well.
Okay.
If you lose the argument, you know it's not your voice.
I could answer one about the divine intervention.
Oh, God.
I when I was working as a policeman in London, I had a specific foot patrol area that I had to do on the night shift, and I was always on my own because we went on to what we call single patrol. And the normal route that I would have taken me was down a lot of dark alleys, where, you know, backyards and little garages and all that were. And it was an area that was renowned for break-ins, which is why we always patrolled that. And one evening, about 1 a.m, when I was due to walk down that particular alley, I heard someone shout my name from behind me. And what I heard was, "Look, can you come back round here a minute? I've got something for you." And I immediately thought it was a colleague who was patrolling nearby. So I walked back up there, and there was a new guide by the name of George, and he was a Victorian police officer, top hat, tails if you like, what they used to call a Bow Street runner. Him and his little sort of West Highland Terrier dog, and he introduced himself as a guide, and I stood there for about 15 minutes talking to him, and then we went back down and patrolling that street together, him in spirit, me in the flesh. And when I got to the end of the street, I said, "Why did you call me back?" He said, "Because there was 2 individuals there that were going to break into a garage, and they had knives, and if you'd have gone down that way at the time you were going to, these 2 individuals would have stabbed you to death. And we can't have that because we've got work for you to do." And that was the reason why he stopped me. So I fully believe in divine intervention at times in your life.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
they're not things that you necessarily ask for. They are things that spirit do behind the scenes that you may not necessarily know about until you get back to the world of spirit.
It's like me. I mean, I had a perfectly good job, no problems whatsoever. And I kept bucking the system. I kept saying to spirit, no, I'm not going down that route. I'm not doing it. They made me so ill that I couldn't do the job anymore. And then I got a message off somebody at church one night saying, "Oh, you've been in hospital. Spirit is saying that they did it to you because they wanted you to go on this pathway." I went, "Oh, okay then, yeah, fine." Oh dear God. What's this? "I have constant thoughts, learning to figure out what's me and not, but it's hard, LOL." Well, if you have constant thoughts, Tanya, we don't want to know them. They might be personal thoughts.
Oh, that is crazy. Sorry.
That's one way of giving you a rest.
Mm. Right.
Shush, Tom. Oh, God.
Okay. That might be spirit saying, Kim, that you're just not meant to be riding a motorbike anymore.
Oh, God. Inside, outside, in the room, out the room, you name it.
Standing
They're
in front
everywhere.
of me. Yep, standing in front of me holding conversations, sat next to me on the sofa holding conversations.
Yeah.
Standing next
I've
to me
even
when I'm in
stepped
the shower
aside for
having a
them.
walk.
I've even stepped aside for them and let them pass. And then they come back and say, you can see me. Yeah. And I think,
That's the funny part. I get that in the hospital a lot. And they come back and it's like tap me on the shoulder. You can see me?
Yeah.
But
Before.
Maggie Davis. Yes, spirit will still be about, even if the planet exploded. Yes, spirit would still exist.
Just perhaps the queue to get in might be that little bit longer than normal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll still be there. I mean, that's not going to change. The spirit
I
world.
have a little guy on a tricycle who likes to drive over my feet now and again when I'm doing lives.
Yes, Tanya knows who it is, and so does Tom.
Yeah, he's been in here as well. Yeah. I see them in solid 3-dimensional form, basically, Roy. So, yeah, I can step aside for my chat with them. Well, yeah. It's not good when you're in the stores and you're doing your shopping and you're talking away and people are walking past thinking, who are they talking to? What's all that about?
That's it. So we can't ask for help with a problem. It just resolves itself.
No, you can ask for help with a problem. Yes, you can.
But you need to be specific. Why don't they put people out of misery and show themselves to prove life after death?
They do.
They did. They did. At the resurrection of Christ, he stood there and to all his disciples and said, "Hey, how are you doing, boys?" Or words to that effect. And Thomas put his fingers through the wounds on Christ's hands and side. So if that's not enough proof, I don't know what is.
Luke has, Kim.
Why don't they put people out of their misery and just show themselves to prove life after death? When I see them, Geordie, in 3-dimensional form, and anybody else can see them, then they are proving a point. Definitely proving a point.
Yeah, because I was walking on the beat in London with George, and he was a Victorian Bow Street runner, and we were talking away about modern day stuff, and patrols in his time. And if that's not proof to me of life after this existence, I don't know what else is.
Roy's just put a nice one as well. Sometimes there's conversations with Dad in the head, and sometimes I'm not sure who's answering me.
What you can do there, Roy, is you can ask him to go to Luke and to tell him the question that he's given to you or the conversation he's having with you. And then Luke will then confer that over to you. Can we just go back? Tracy Connolly Smith, can you see my comments? I've asked a question 3 times. What was it, Tracy? Because they're bouncing up. Talk to us, Tracy. Apparently she's asked a question 3 times.
I'm just trying to look.
Oh, how old were you when you started seeing spirit?
Right. How old were we when we first started seeing spirit?
My first recollection would be 5.
Me personally, I would say 14. That was when I just lost my nan. I was in boarding school, and she actually came and said, "You're going to be all right, kid." And I ended up passing all my exams and everything. And I was a white little hooligan at that time. And soon after that, I passed all my exams and everything. That was my first time seeing spirit.
Yeah, I'd say about 4 or 5. I've not really got much memory before that. But yeah, I had a spirit friend I could play with, and his name was Sam.
Susan Durrett, hello from Oklahoma, USA. There's a song about that, isn't it? Well, I won't sing it. We'll get copyrighted.
Carolyn Thomas, when my first husband died, I was engulfed in pure white light and intense love. Would that have been his spirit greeting me, or from angels?
His spirit.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Luke, I've learned that Inuit.
Also known as Thule and Eskimo.
Thule and Eskimo before the name Inuit. They travelled from Alaska into Canada in around the year 1000. Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've seen several since childhood. Grew up in haunted houses. Oh, there we go, Susan. Well done.
Yeah. If a house was built on top of an old morgue from a tuberculosis hospital,
yeah,
would the house be affected? Mine was built on a morgue. It's dark and heavy, thick in here. Is this a thing?
It is most definitely, Jody. It is most definitely, my dear. There's still a lot of spirit there, basically. There's a lot goes on in your home, more than you realise, Jody. I'll send a little help in there if you want. Yes, there was a mental asylum near to where I lived when we lived in Gloucester, and the patients used to wander around in the grounds, and there was many patients that was actually basically found hung in the trees because it was like orchards and that, and they used because there was a lot of new houses built on that land after it closed. They used to haunt the houses, and I had any amount of people who actually used to come to me looking for help because of that reason, you know. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Yes, we are doing readings as well, Susan. Not quite yet, because there's a lot of questions.
I would say also, Jody, something to be aware of as well is it is not your house as such that is got a problem. What you have to bear in mind is what was there before your home was built, and the spirits that are attached to the previous building and land, that are wandering around, still see the original building that was there, and they're not there to cause you an issue, but because your home is built on that land, they do wander around, but it's not because they see it as your house. They still see it as what it was, and in effect, they are just seeking some help, direction, and answers, and that is something that professional mediums who specialize in that area can assist you with. It's not a case of your home is haunted or any way, shape, or form. They mean you no harm, and they will do you no harm. They are just, if you like, lost souls looking for the light and they've lost their way and just need a little bit of help and direction.
Poppy, we will come to that one in a moment, but this one, what Jennifer says, when there's a disaster like an air crash and so many people pass at the same time, is that orchestrated to happen? That's all those souls return at the same time.
It can be, yes, because we choose on how we want to go from this world when we pass. You know, we have what we'd call a look at life, and we think, right, I want to experience that now, or I want to experience that. So you might get a group of, say, 20 souls in the spirit world who decide that they want to experience a particular thing, and they will come to this world and they will pass in that way. Yeah, it can happen.
And this one, hello from New Mexico. Hiya. My home is full of paranormal events. We've tried everything for 20 years to help quiet down the spirit. Can tune into the situation and give advice.
Go on then.
Well, first thing I'll say is there are different classifications of paranormal events. There are such things as called poltergeist. And poltergeist is not an actual living entity. It is an energy that is built up in the home. And there are many documented cases of paranormal activity caused by poltergeist being connected with young children going through puberty, where they are changing from a child into a young adult, and that causes a lot of stress on the individual, and that creates energy, and that energy needs to, if you like, release itself in some way, shape, or form. And in some cases, that energy creates physical events in the home, which could be things like door slamming, window slamming shut, pots and pans rattling, and it's caused by a sudden release of energy. It's not necessarily related to ghosts in the sense that you may know about. Other activity that is not classified as paranormal may be caused by spirits in the home. Now, these spirits, just like anybody else, they're in one dimension, you're in another. And for them to communicate their presence, they will do something that will get your attention. Now, that may be smash a plate. It may be move a chair. It could be constantly flush your toilet in the middle of the night for no reason. It could be banging on the walls, you know, like a knock, as in knock, 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 knock. And that is them saying to you, hello, I'm here. Now, that may well be a loved one that's come to visit and wants you to know they're there, but you can't see them, so they have to find a way of attracting your attention. Or it may be the fact that there is paranormal activity in your home based on what was there before your home was built, and they don't recognize your place, and therefore they're passing through it, still seeing what was there prior. So bringing a spiritualist medium into your home with the intention of trying to make communication will determine what type of paranormal activity it is, and they may well assist in you having contact with your loved one that may well be there, which will help ease the situation. Or it may be identify it as being paranormal activity related to a previous building, which is connected to the land your home is on. And again, it may be spirit that are lost and lingering and trying to get help, and the best way they can do it is get your attention. Or it may be paranormal activity related to poltergeist activity, and again, that can be remedied. So we need to identify what type of activity it really is. Please do not get yourself upset or afraid about it. It is not uncommon, because many things have been built on the land that we're living on now long before we ever showed up. And certain activities leave lingering energy, and it's just like playing a videotape over and over and over again.
I'd like to ask a question of Poppy Lane. Poppy Lane, has there been any battles on the land where your home is? Because I got a distinct impression of some battles going on. A very distinct impression. A lot of lives lost.
There was a lot of conflict in and around Mexico.
Right, okay.
Shall we say, civil war related between various factions in Mexico in the early independence years, right up until the end of the 18th century. And then you had the US-Mexico wars.
I've just seen a lot of I don't like to use the term death because there's no such thing, but I saw a lot of deaths. A lot of people still fighting. It's like the battle's still ongoing, if you like, to the point of whereby I've just got to keep fighting, whether I want to or not. Oh, yeah. I had to deal with that one time over in the Battle of Edge, where there was battle still going on, and this house, beautiful house, huge thing. When I went, it's in that beautiful Cotswold stone, that's that yellow stone, you know. But this was grey. The house was completely grey, and I went in, and my God, the fights I saw what was going on, and it was basically, I sat in this room. There was a specific room Spirit wanted me to sit in. I sat in it, and all of a sudden there was a portal opened, and all I saw was all these bodies. I was there, God knows how long, while all these bodies were being transported up to the spirit world. And eventually, when I came out, the walls of the house were a beautiful, nice, bright yellow, and it cleansed the lot, the whole lot. So then I had to go into the stables because the horses were freaked out in the stables. Same thing was happening there, and then I ended up then shifting that lot as well. So yeah, that's what made me ask, because I've seen that sort of thing go on in other places where I've had to go and deal with it, you know.
Roy did ask a question, and I think quite a few people will probably want to know, how do you turn your gift on and off?
You can't really. You can't. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, you can't.
And then Jodie's just put this.
Battles. Yeah. And that will be the connection where the child was looking for the mother, because the child was caught up in the battle as well. Because the mother was killed.
Yeah, well,
basically.
Just gone 10 now, so.
Yeah.
Should we start something else then?
Yeah, the child was wandering around basically. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, what? I'd like to ask something that might be triggering to someone about our soul's learning lessons through life experiences. I've searched for answers and still can't figure out what lesson can our soul possibly learn from childhood. Yeah. I know the abuse you're on about. Yeah. I apologize if it's too sensitive. It's not sensitive at all, Jodie.
It's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Sad fact of life, but yeah.
Yeah, from my own personal perspective, yes, I was abused, and I still don't know what I had to learn for being sexually abused, but I've learned to forgive the person, hate what he done, but forgive the person as a person. I think that is what, yeah, that'd probably be what I've learned, is how the forgiveness.
But if you also remember, there was a point where there was one event we were on, and this was mentioned, and I said to you, I says it was about, it led you down a pathway where you wouldn't have met Luke. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, I forgive the person, but I will never forgive the act. But yeah, right, should we go on to something else now? A bit of mediumship, or?
Yeah. Portals, I wondered about this. Oh, it happens, Poppy Lane. It happens. There was literally, I mean, that day I was there was literally hundreds going up into the light. It was like seeing a vortex. You know, when you see it sort of like it was scooping the bodies across, they were coming across the land and they were going up into this vortex and spreading out. It was weird. It became so massive. It was lovely to see, don't get me wrong. It was very interesting, very knowledgeable as well. But yeah, most definitely, yeah. Everything does happen for a reason, Roy, yes. So people, we're at that time then. Put your names up. Let's see who's still here.
Yes, names up.
Yeah, all put your names up, please, for a spirit read. All right. Okay.
Happy birthday, Maggie Davison.
Right.
You sound like Roy sounds like Mr. Slocum, doesn't he? I'm here.
Are you free, Mr. Humphreys? Right. Okay. Tanya Rideout. I'm coming to you. Right, Tanya. As I look into little Albert here, okay, I'm being made aware of a gentleman that draws close to you. I want to say this gentleman is many generations past generation 3. I mean, I'm looking at great type generation. So you're looking several hundred years back. And this gentleman draws close to you. He's dressed in what I want to describe as native, and I'm going to use the term American, as in it's the American continent, Native American.
Can I just interrupt a minute, buddy? Paul, sure. Can you see Jodie's message there, please? She wants it taken down, please, buddy.
Okay, sorry. Right.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, no.
Put down your right on.
There you go.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
Sorry, Jodie.
Now, as this person draws close, he is dressed in what I want to describe as Native American clothing, and that is a top, sleeves, trousers, and footwear, which is all made from similar animal skin. There is lots of beaded decorations I'm looking at, and the hair is quite long and is held back by a ponytail shape at the back, but it is quite long down the back. His skin is somewhat, I'm going to say, of a tanned appearance. And as he draws close to me, one of the things I'm hearing him say, okay, is some went north, to the north, and he's showing me a map, and it's like from the coastline that looks into the Great Sea, the map goes round, and there is a point on the map that has a modern day name, he says, but to them it was just a place of plenty. And they're looking at fish, you're looking at seals, you're looking at all sorts of sea nutrition that they were able to gather into themselves. But other parts of the, I'm going to use the term tribe, but it was a gathering of people, moved down, and I'm going to say south of where they were, to the, and I'm hearing the name Mohawk, land of the Mohawk. Okay, now where they settled, there is what they're describing is a sea surrounded by land, which I'm going to take that, because I'm seeing it in my mind's eye, I'm going to take that as a lake, a great lake near the land of the Mohawk. Okay, there you will find the answers that you seek. Now, I've been shown an image of a dog in my head, and I don't know why. I'm being shown a Labrador dog in my head that relates to where the land they moved to is located. Okay, so one is up there. They're showing me a Labrador that is related to the move to the east, and then round before the land of the ice. Okay, and the other is moving down this way, and there is a sea that is locked in land near the land of the Mohawk, where the other group went. So it's like they split and followed the coastlines, one going down the Americas, one going across the Americas. And they're saying that's where you will find your answers. And this gentleman is showing me an American actor that is about to sacrifice Isaac. But the character he portrays is the name of the man that stands in front of me. And he's talking about the rocks, the messages on the rocks. And I'm seeing a great big huge boulder, and there's pictures on the rocks that depict the history of the people before they had writing. Everything was given by mouth, and it was made on pictures on the rocks. And that is where you'll find your answers. And with that, my dear, let me think. Port. Oh, there's a name coming up. Port, and I'm getting the letter B. Port. It's a two-named place. Port, and then there's a B. And that is where the Labrador is connected. Port, and then the letter B. But the letter B is only the first letter of the name of the area. Okay? If that makes sense to you, Tanya. Port B. I can't get the rest of the name of it, but it begins with a B. It's Port B. And that is the area to where they moved north and then east along the coast, where there's seals. There's seals aplenty, fish aplenty, and they settled in the forested area close to that area of it wasn't called Canada then, but what is now modern day Canada. Okay? But look for the land of the Mohawk. That is where the other part of the people went, the land of the Mohawk. Now, I have no idea where the land of the Mohawk is, other than it's somewhere down the east coast, and there is a sea that is locked by land close to it. And that is where there was a settlement, because I'm seeing lodges in the forest close to this lake or sea, as they're describing it. And I'm seeing dugouts going into the water, and the water behaves like a sea. There's great waves. There's it's got all the characteristics of a sea, but it's surrounded by land in all directions. Okay. And he's drawing back, but he's using the term seek and you'll find. Seek and you'll find. And with that, I'm going to say, bless you, Tanya. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Alison.
Hi, Alison.
Bless you, Tanya. Thank you.
People, put your names up.
Yep, put your names up.
Do you want to go, son, or shall I go?
You can go, then I'll go next.
Good option, son. Right. Okay, Geordie Jenkins, are you there, please? Geordie Jenkins? Right, yeah. I see Geordie. Right. While Luke was chatting, I was drawn into a conversation with a lovely lady. Short in height, quite frail to the body, I have to say. Very strong character. Very much a lady that, how do I put it? She knew her own mind, put it that way, okay? This is a lady who would be very abrupt with people when she wanted to be. Hi, Lisa. This is a lady who, when she got going, everybody knew she was upset for one reason or another. She's making me very aware here that she was having problems with her legs, because as I'm watching her, she's actually shown me her ankles, and I'm seeing them going quite thin. And it's like she's becoming frail. And I'm watching it shuffle. She's not walking with a step or a stride. She's shuffling. It's like she was making me aware that because of the conditions that were going on, she wasn't able to be as strong as she would have wanted to be, you know. She's also telling me here that, well, let's just use her, shall we? Okay. When I was here, things were different. Things were a lot different because, you know, deep down inside, we had our old-fashioned ways. We weren't the type of people that were sort of do things like what's happening today. We looked after each other. You know, our doors were always open. People would come in, they would have a cuppa. They could come in and take a couple of slices of bread if they wanted, just to sort of, just so that they fed the family, you know. We treated each other with respect. And what we found as well was the kids used to play out in the street. And if there was any fights that went on or whatever, you would end up in a situation whereby, you know, they would come and knock on your door, and, you know, you'd be told straight, you know, hey, come on, your child shouldn't be doing this to my child. And we respected people for doing that, because we would take our children in, we would scold them, and we would say, right, you're off to bed, you're not getting any tea, you're off to bed now, whether you like it or not, you're going up there now. And she's the type of person at the end of the day that, because she was respected around and about, she was loved by people, and she's got tears in her eyes now. And she said to me, she says, well, there were a lot of people who actually came to my funeral, you know, and I was shocked. I was shocked. And she's talking about how the way people were is not the same now, and there's certainly something going on with regard to sort of that sort of thing at this present time around yourself. It's like somebody's wanting to reflect, somebody's wanting to go back into the past, they're wanting to talk about the past, they want to talk about her times and what have you. And she's making me aware of an old sideboard in her home. And this sideboard, there was a couple of drawers in it, and one of the drawers was always tight to open. It's like, it's the only way I can describe it, it's like the wood had expanded, so it was a stiff drawer. You had to really force it to come open. And she's laughing now because she's telling me, she says, A decided to pull the drawer out, and as the drawer came out, it gave way, and he went flat on his. Shall we say the rear end? She's not calling it that, you know. He went flat on his rear end, and before I knew where I was in fits of laughter. He was off in a stump. He decided to go out the way, so he went off giving it this. But it was always it was a busy household, but it was a happy household, you know. And she's making me very aware that the family at one stage were quite large, you know, and it's like the more you sort of see the things that were going on, the more she's sort of aware of my presence now. And she's looking at me and she's saying, who are you? And I'm saying, I'm the one you're talking to, you know. And she said, but I don't know you. I said, well, I know you don't know me, but you're the one. You're talking to me, and I'm relaying this to Jodie. Is our Jodie there? Is she there? God's truth. And I'm saying, yes, she's there. And well, I can't see her. Where's she at? I can't see her. I can see another gentleman there. She said, but I can't see her. What's going on? And I'm saying to her, hey, come on, just calm it down a bit, calm it down. Yes, she says, but that's the point, though, isn't it? That's the point. She says, I saw things, you know. I'm no fool, you know. I'm no fool. And I'm thinking, I'm going to end up in an argument with her. I'm going to literally end up in an argument with her. And I'm saying, but hey, just, you know, I've got to explain myself to her now. Dear God. Right. Okay. She says, you're doing this business, aren't you? I says, I am doing this business, yes. Oh, okay then. Right, you know. She says, well, you know, will you tell her that I love her? Right, you know, you've already said it, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, but I wanted to know that I love her. Will you tell her that I love her? She's been feeling a bit funny of late, I tell you. She's been feeling a bit funny. And I've been wandering around the place, you know. I have been wandering around. I felt my presence there, you know. I can make my presence felt when I want to, you know. And I'm thinking, oh dear God, okay. But it's like as she's drawing closer, she said to me, she says, you're nice. And I'm thinking, oh dear God, you know. Here we go. It's one of those, you know, where she liked a little bit of a flirt, didn't she? You know, nice lady, don't get me wrong, but she liked a little bit of a flirt as well. but she's saying to me, she's telling me to say to you to stop worrying. All right, stop worrying. Purely and simple, because at the end of the day, you know, you get frustrated. Oh my God, when you get frustrated, it's, oh dear God, you know. Still, never mind, you know. Oh, I'm having plenty of that up here, tell her. God's true. Oh my God. Oh God.
That's a bit personal, Jodie.
I'm having plenty of that up here, love. She's calling you love. She said, I'm having plenty of that up here, love. She says, yeah. She says, I'm going to wait for him coming up. She's going to wait a long time. She says, well, you never know. And I'm like, oh, God's truth. Oh. But, you know, there's a sense, there's also a sense of pride there, Jodie, you know. But it's an old-fashioned pride. It's a pride where, you know, she because she had her old-fashioned ways and what have you. She's talking about a bloke down the road now. She's saying, he liked me, you know. He liked me, you know. God. Oh, dear God. Why have I always got to bring these people through? Oh, but that's because you have to, love. She's calling me love now. She's calling you love. She's calling me love as well now. And what she's saying here is, I've come through purely and simply because I wanted to know that I'm with her. All right, I wanted to know that I'm with her, because I'm trying to give her a good shake up. Oh God, she said, if you're listening, Jodie, if you're listening, flutter your eyebrows a little bit more than what you normally do. All right, you know. God's truth. Oh God. You know, she's a beautiful soul. She's a beautiful light. She's a beautiful lady. I mean, she's got a lovely smile on her. But there's this determined characterization of her where she was always strong, you know. She always held her own, she's telling me now. And a few other people's as well, apparently, so she's telling me now. And I'm thinking, I don't need to know this. Oh, God. Why am I being sure of that? God. Oh, dear God. She's shown me her hanging her knickers out on the line, and I'm thinking, I don't need to see this. I really don't need to see this. And I'm saying perhaps she wants a knicker reading from Mumsy. But it's a case of purely and simply she's hanging these things. She's making sure she's hanging them out in full view, basically. Yeah, one of those situations. I'm going to. I can't leave you with her, love, because there's a gentleman coming in, and I want to see again a real character, and he's got a lovely smile on his face as well, and as he draws in, there was a gentle soul there in this man, and I do feel with regard to him that it was a big loss when he passed to the spirit world, because he's telling me here that the family were devastated at his loss, and how for quite a while after they couldn't cope. In fact, someone didn't cope before they passed the spirit, I'm being told. And purely and simply, it's a case of wanting you to know that we are all there. There is 2 children in the spirit world connected there as well, Jodie, because I'm being made aware of 2 miscarriages connected into the family. And I'm seeing where the people were gathering because of it, and people just didn't know what to say, how to react, but the family knew that they were there, you know. I shall leave you with that, and you can take the flirt with you. She just said, I'm staying.
What? Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh God. I'm going to mute myself so that I have a few words with this lady.
Yeah. Hi, Jeremiah. I just got a message. She's on Facebook with you, but she can't comment. You're saying.
What was that, buddy?
Stacey Bow. She's not being allowed to comment or something, and I don't know why.
Is she on Facebook?
Yeah.
I'll go and have a look.
We'll sort that out for you, Stacey. If not, she could probably go over to YouTube and watch it as well, and she'll be able to comment there as well. We should be able to get it on here.
What's it been shown on Facebook?
Restricted.
What's it been shown on Facebook?
Restricted.
Yeah, but what's it been shown on?
Oh,
Paul
is she actually been able to watch it? But it's saying, when she tries to comment, it's saying restricted.
Is it Paul Luke Gouchard or is it Double Trouble at Home?
Yeah, is it Paul Luke Gouchard, Double Trouble at Home, or Find Me a Medium? Sorry about this, guys, a moment. Just trying to help this one out.
I can't see it on Double Trouble at Home. Paul Luke Gouchard. Right, we're on Paul Luke Gouchard. I can't do anything on there. You'll have to sort that out, buddy.
Right, hold on a sec.
Do it on your phone.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on there. It's not on Double Trouble at Home.
She can watch, but she can't.
If it's restricted, that's a Facebook thing due to too many comments.
Okay. If you want to carry on,
it may be the fact that you've commented too much on Facebook. Just think you're trying to spam the.
But it shouldn't be
the chit chat, but we'll try and sort it for you. So, many comments. So, if I may, jump in and see if I can find right. Tonka, where do we need to go? Okay. Meanwhile, can I have names up, please, for a spirit read? Lots of names. Lots of names.
There's Tasman. There's Tracy. There's Caroline. There's Christina. There's Mand. There's Julianne. There's Jennifer. There's Tracy Connolly Smith. Dawn Thomas. Susan Durrett. Sarah Batchelor. Diane Woolen.
Okay, right. I can see your talking stick now, Tonka. So where do you want to put it on to? And I've got Tasman Hera. Tasman Hera. Tasman Hera, I'm coming to you. Tanya, the answer to that question is no.
Tasman saying hi, yes.
Right, Tasman. Right, what I'm going to do is, as Tomcat has put his pointing stick to you now, I'm just going to have a look in Sam here and see what I can see for you. Right. Okay, lovely. Right, as I gaze into the crystal, Tasman, what I'm seeing here, okay, It's an image of you, and you are sat in what I'd like to describe as patio furniture. Okay, you're sat in one of those nice foldy seats on the patio. It's a set of 4. I've got a table next to you, and I've got one of these sun parasols as well. And you're sat there, and it's a lovely sunny day. Lovely sun. I mean, the sun's quite bright compared to what we've had today here. And you've got a glass of, now, it's orange, so I'm going to say it looks like a glass of orange that you pour from a fizzy bottle. But it could well be something else. Could be one of your, could be a, I don't know, let's say could be a cocktail, for example, but it looks orange. I'm going to say it's orange, right? Now, you've got a seat here, a seat there, a seat there, and a seat here. Now, it's the one that's directly opposite you here that I'm looking at, that I can see a person in spirit in. Now, this person is being shown to me as a golden figure. So I can't say if it's male or female at this stage, but Tonka's going to open the portal to let this person in because he's been queuing up. Well, the person's been queuing up. And see what we have. Right, I can feel an energy coming in now, and it's a male energy that's coming in here, okay? Now, the person that's coming in, I want to describe them as being quite broad. Now, this is someone who has got a very good muscular tone to them, you know, upper body wise. Like this person was doing a lot of manual stuff. Either that, he spent a long time in the gym, right? But this person, I sense, to me, I feel like I am late 60s, early 70s, that area. You know, I feel like I've done my bit of work and I'm sort of chilling out, you know, my retirement years, chilling out, enjoying life, doing all the things that I want to do, but couldn't do because I was working all the time.
She should be able to do it now. Ask her to try, please, Kelly.
Right. So I want to say that this person was a manual worker in the sense that he's doing a lot of that with his hands now. So this would tell me that he did a lot of, I'm going to say, humping and dumping, creative stuff with the hands. He didn't sit at a desk and move paper clips around or play with pencils. I mean, this guy really did graft. I'm hearing our Churchillian phrase come out: blood, sweat, toil, and tears. Okay. So this guy was definitely a grafter at work. I also want to say that I'm feeling some tightness in my chest. So, you know, it's like, I'm going to say there's an issue with the chest area because I feel a tightness there. A little bit of twinge of pain. Nothing really significant, but it's there. It's always there. And it gives me a sense of breathlessness at times. Okay. Now, he draws close. And he draws close. And it's not because he's got a great amount to say. Because he says, my looks usually said it all. You know, I turn my head and just give you a look. And you know exactly what I'm thinking. And what I want to say, but I don't actually have to say it. You know, it's like there was, I don't know, telepathic communication going on between the two of you, right? He's a man who had two sides to him. There was the facade that he wore at work, which gave him, or gave his work colleagues, the impression that he was a bit of a hard man. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, grunts and guffs type communication. So they all thought he'd, you know, knock 7 bales of you-know-what out of anyone that said the wrong word to him. But actually, when you got him indoors, he was a completely different person. You know, he did have, he still had that, you know, exterior sort of, I'm a roughy-tufty man, but actually, he had a heart of gold. He could be, when he wanted to be, very affectionate and very loving. Yeah. And it was very much, he gave you, like the impression, you know, I'm a hard roughy tufty, but when it comes to the one I love, she just has to look at me and I melt, and I'm a little puppy dog. But boy, could he give some looks, you know. It's like, your dinner's ready. Are you coming to get it? And you just give you that look as if to say, I'll come and get it, but it'll be in my time, you know, when I finish my beer or when I finish my television program, you know, or it's not the right time for dinner yet. But as he draws close, it's very much a case of, I'm just letting you know I'm here, and I'm keeping my beady eye on you, like he's giving it, you know, the eyes on you, just to see what you're getting up to. But just know that I'm around, and I'm watching what you're doing. Okay. He does excrete a lot of love energy from the heart. Okay. And given enough time, when you're alone together, you see that different side just break through, and he's very much could be considered a bit of a romantic, you know, romantic gestures, not like over the top stuff, you know, not like a dozen roses being delivered at the door every half hour, but he could be a bit of a romantic. Family was the most important thing to him, and family life, because he very much said, I'd sacrificed everything, and I mean everything, to give us the life that we always wanted. And he thought he had so much more time to enjoy his retirement time with you, that there's a sense of letdown that comes with him. He feels very much like he actually let you down, because he wanted to make those, you know, his retirement years with you a complete, as he was going to say, well, I could have made it a Grimm's fairy tale, but actual fact, we could have just sat there and enjoyed each other's company without having to worry. He wanted to just say that, I'm sorry I had to go when I did, right? However, I didn't have any control over when this big trumpet thing would be blown and I'd be dragged off kicking and screaming, because I really did think, you know, hey, we'll grow old together, and we'll count each other's grey hairs, and we'll just say, sod you lot, we're all right. Well, we were up until I had to go. But I still love you, even though, well, I like to use the term, I could have been romantic, but I probably wasn't as romantic as I should have been or could have been. But we had a good time together, and I'm still around, keeping my beady eye on you and watching who's coming across that door, because if there's anybody I don't like, I'll come back and I want them. He's drawn back now, but he's just given that look as if to say, I'll see you soon, love. But like, that doesn't mean to say he's expecting you to do anything, you know. He's not booked you into the hotel just yet, but he just wants to know, I'll see you soon, love. Right. Thank you very much.
Tasman don't really understand, but Rosa says it sounds so much like her husband.
This was a husband.
So was you with Liza or?
I thought I was with Tasman, but then it went over to Rosa. So, right, okay.
Yeah, I thought you were Tasman as well.
Yeah. I thought, well, they came in, that's what they said, because that's where the pointing stick went. And so I just went with the person that come in. So somebody's jumped the queue. Somebody's jumped the queue. Tomcat, what's going on?
Right. I suppose I better have a go, ain't I?
Never mind, you better have a go. You having a go, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, Alison Plumley, are you still here, my lovely? Alison Plumley. Hi, Tammy. Hi, all the others that have just joined. Give it a couple of mo's, see if Alison is still on. Oh, there she is.
Sorry, Tasman, I had a queue jumper. Sorry.
Right. Alison, I've been, there's a lady coming in, and she's a very maternal lady at the moment. And she's actually turned around saying that there's been quite a few concerns about things that have been going on, and she's not like seeing what she's seeing at the moment. She's saying her heart is actually breaking seeing what's going on, and she's seen what she's done, and yeah, it wasn't right, but now I'm actually seeing it even more now. Can you understand this, Alison, please? Because this lady is so full of love at the moment. It's just things have actually been really getting you down, and she doesn't know what else she can do. Like she does, you do know this lady actually comes around, and she actually does actually come in very close to you, and you do feel her around. But she's also trying to sort things out with the boy, and she's going, and him. So I don't know who that is. So the boy and him. She's coming in just to let you know and remind you, don't give up. Even though you've actually felt like giving up, do not give up. You have got this. And yes, I know there's been loads and loads of tears around you, and things have actually been going on and on and on, and it just really getting to you, and you're actually going, it feels like you're going insane, because it's just keeps coming. Like you get over one thing, and then it's something else, and then it's something else, and you're thinking, what can happen next? You know, things are actually really getting you down, but you never forget your faith and what you do. And she is actually giving you so much praise for the way you give everything to spirit. But even then, sometimes you're feeling you're not getting anything. She's saying, I hear all, and I am all around you. So carry on what you're doing. You will get the answers that are actually coming in. And spirit are actually going to be changing the way you work as well. They are saying you have actually got another guide coming in, and they're actually going to be coming in and actually giving you. I know you do the cards, but I feel there's going to be something else you're going to be doing as well. A bit like what we're doing. I'm actually being told that this is what you're actually going to be doing. So
going on holiday.
Yeah, we're going on holiday. So, but yeah, and this lady she's actually coming in and actually letting you know that you have got this. You are loved, and don't forget that you are loved, because there's a lot of people out there that do think a lot of you and do love you. You may not feel it from your family, but there are others that are actually coming in and giving and giving and giving, and us included. You are loved. You are amazing. You have got this girl, and you know that when she says something, she does it. And she is coming in with a big kiss for you and saying, carry on, I'm proud of you. Even if they don't show it, I'm proud of you. And I'm going to leave that with you there, Alison, and say thank you for allowing me to do that for you, and say bless you. Thank you.
Hi, Eva.
Are you definitely for Tasman? So why did you come in the door? You were supposed to come in there. So I've got a gentleman that come in the door. The door. They're all supposed to come in the window.
They're always coming in every direction in this place.
Yeah.
Every direction. Dear God.
Right. This one's for Tasman. Can I just throw them in quickly?
Yeah, throw them in there, buddy.
Right. Tasman, I've got a gentleman that actually come through my door. I was expecting him through the window, so I got the next bloke in the queue. Right. Now, this gentleman is, I'm going to say, well into his retirement years, okay? And he's not a particularly tall man. You know, I'm going to say, I'm 6'1" when I stand up, so this guy's about 5'7", 5'8". I consider myself as a skinny build. He's a little bit more beef on him than I have, but he's all in proportion. And he's taken me to, right, generation 1 would be you, generation 2 is like mom and dad. He's pointing me towards generation 3, so that's grandparents, great uncles, great aunties, right? He's pointing me to there, and he's giving it this for his hands, isn't it? See these, there's things I did with these, right? So this is a person who was very much a worker with the hands. Like an artist, you know, he would make things, he would repair things, he would hump and dump things. You know, he said the amount of times I had grubby hands, I had dirt under my fingernails, I had blisters, and he showed me that, and they're well worn. I'll give it that, they're well worn. You know, when you get a weather worn face like a postman, well, this is what his hands are like, quite rough to touch. You know, so like he was using up the sand down brick. So a very, very heavily manual working gentleman, you know, hard worker. And he's coming in and he's given me an image of a child on his knee, and it was like he was like bouncing her up and down. This is like a toddler. He was bouncing up and down the knees. She loved to play. She was a giggler. She was a right naughty girl, but I loved it because when nobody was looking, I'd slip her a sweet, and her face was covered in chocolate, right? And then I would get moaned at because she'd come in all dressed up nice and looking pretty, the prettiest girl at the ball, and by the time me and her had finished, she was like covered in chocolate and God knows what all over the top of it, and I'd be the one that would get moaned at. So I'd be like sent to Coventry, and she'd just be laughing and giggling, and everything she touched got sticky or covered in chocolate. But she loved her granddad because granddad gave her everything she wanted. It's like, here's a shilling. Don't tell anybody I gave you that, right? Don't tell grandma because she'd kill me knowing I had a shilling in my pocket. Because every time I come indoors, it's, I'll have that, thank you very much. Right? And then I'd be getting me pocket money, which I'd be lucky if it got me a pint down the pub. That's why I was never really in the pub. I had to sit at home, so she'd keep an eye on me. He's also shown me when you're a bit older and you were learning to read, and when it came to the difficult words and you had to sound them, and you were given that trying to get the word out, you say, no, darling, it's just blah. And he'd tell you what the word is. And so when you go in school and you're sitting there and you're reading your reading book, like you were always top of the class. And when the teacher asked, how did you know that word? I said, Granddad told me. I said, you're supposed to sound it. Can you sound the word? I said, no, it's the. And that's the word. And that's how, you know, he liked to help you. He wanted you to be the top of the class. And he is referring to you as being his little princess, because to you, well, to him, you were a princess. You were, they says, she was a proper little madam. She was a proper little madam. And I don't know whether he means like you were like, you know, snooty or anything like that. It's just that in his eyes, you were a lady, a princess. And he liked to pretend that you were the princess and that he was the prince. And when you were going out riding together in the forest, he'd put you on your knee and we go riding, riding, riding. The best part of his life, he says, was the giggles and the laughs we had when you were little, when we could live in a make-believe land that to us two was real. And you'd be the princess and I'd be the hero prince. And we could tell you stories, reading from books and telling you stories and doing all the voices. Those were the good times. And you will always be my princess. Even though you've grown up, you're still my princess. But unfortunately, there's no way I can bounce you up and down my knees now because I've got arthritis in my knees. I've got arthritis in my hip. I was aching and aching and aching. But I can still do the bouncing up on the knee, but you're a bit big for that now. There's no point in me slipping you a shilling now, darling. You won't be able to spend it. And you know what Nan's like. She took all my money off me as soon as I come in the door. So I've only got me pocket money, but I have got this. And he's putting his hands over his chest like this. And he says, look at this, darling. And it's big, huge waves of pink energy come out of him. And that's his love energy. And he says, I bring that to you every day so that if no one else has got the decency to say they love you, know that I do. And I bring you all that every day. And know that I draw close to you every day to make sure you know that you are loved. Okay. And as he's drawn back towards the living room door, he's doing this. And he's just waving like that. And I'll say, take his love with you, darling. What a lovely bloke he is. But next time, come through the window. And I won't get somebody jump in the queue. Oh, he said, what, climb through a window at my age? You got to be joking. Right. Bless you, darling. Thank you very much. Sorry that somebody else jumped in front of him, but nevertheless, he's a gentleman and he waited patiently. So he gives you a wave and says, love you lots. Right. Thank you very much. And God bless you, Tasman. All right. Daddy-in-law, over to you. He owes us too, doesn't he? Yeah, he owes us too, doesn't he? Yeah.
I think Son's got one to go to. It's what I'm feeling the vibes.
Aye, but the one I've got, I don't think she's actually. Is Gemma still on? Gemma.
Gemma who?
There's only one Gemma.
I can think of it.
Hi, Gemma. Gemma. Right.
Gemma with a G. I was thinking of Gemma with a J.
Hope you don't think this is going to be a bit of a moan, but I do apologise if it sounds it. You need to rest, girl. Things are just getting right on top of you now, and you're finding a lot of things to actually that are getting you down. There's so much. I've got a gentleman coming in and also a lady. This lady is on the maternal side, and she's actually saying there's been a lot of concerns around you with the way things are going at the moment, and she is actually saying that you are not a bank. Don't keep giving. You've got to start taking. You haven't got a everlasting bank. What do they call it? One of those everlasting pots of gold. You've got to start being a bit more frugal with your money and start making things work out for you, because the way things are going, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but they're saying this is really getting you down, and more, and you're not feeling yourself now, because it's just come to the point now where they're saying you're going to explode, and they are trying to keep you from doing that because of you don't want to do that, and they don't want to see you doing that from spirit. They don't want to see, they're trying to come in and give you the healing and the love. But at the moment, the way you're going and just being a yes, they normally say yes man, but all right, a yes woman. This is what you've got to stop doing. There is another word in the English dictionary which only has 2 letters, not 3, which is no. And this is what you've got to start doing, and start understanding. When spirit talks to you, start listening, because they're only doing it for your sake, not for their sake. It's for your own sake. And they're saying, you've got this, you know what is going on, and you're seeing it, but you are letting it go. You've got to start saying, I can't do this anymore. You know, that you've got to start giving me. Your health isn't that in that good of a shape to actually keep giving. And I'm sorry if this, and they're saying, sorry if this seems like they're having a go at you, but they're not. They're just doing it because they care. And there's a lot of people on the airplane that care as well. Start listening. Do not keep on doing things and hurting yourself, because that's all you're doing. Everyone else is laughing because you're actually giving all the time. It should be you that's laughing, not them. Yeah. And Luke just said, you are a car running on fumes. So I've had to, you know, sorry if it does sound like you're getting told off, but yeah, you probably are, but it's for your own good. So please listen. Yeah, I know Tom's disappeared. I don't know where he's gone at the moment. I'm just going to ask Luke to message and see where he is. There. So if you take anything, oh, he's back now. He's just coming back now. What happened there?
Oh, God knows. I think I pressed the button I shouldn't have done.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just finishing with Gemma. I'm just finishing with Gemma, and so Gemma, please, if you don't take it, all of it, just take the love and start saying no. And they're having a go saying, you could say it a bit more calmer, and I said, no, that is the only way you can actually understand and try to get it through your head. You've got to start listening, because you don't want to end up there that too quick. You've still got a lot of things down here to actually do. So fuck your ideas up and start listening and start doing. Yeah. So I'm going to leave that with you, Gemma. Say, sends lots of love to you and love from spirit as well. So bless you and thank you.
I told her this months ago. And what did she do? She did more lives. And I told her she's got to step back. She's got to rest. What did she do? She did more lives. It's coming back at you.
Yeah. Gemma, can I just ask, as your boy Boyd just asked for a friend request to me, so I've just got to ask Gemma that. As Boyd asked to be a friend of mine on Facebook, I'm only asking because I wouldn't accept if it was a scam. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, Gemma. Lots of love.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
People, put your names up. Let's see where I'm going.
That's awful when you think you're having a go at someone. It's a spirit that's telling us what to do. Gene, he's back up.
Okay, Stacey Bow. Can I come to you, please? Stacey Bow, Stacey Bow.
Bow.
Bow, is it? Okie dokies.
The only reason I know that is because Bow in London.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's spelled.
Okay, Stacey. There's a gentleman drawn close to me here. And I've got to say, as it comes in, he just said, bless him, he's just said to me, I wasn't a well man, you know. God, I wasn't a well man. That's why I'm over here. I wasn't well, you know. And he talks about being tired. And he's making me very aware here of being a real character in life. This is a man who liked a bit of fun. This is a man who would have been very, how to put this, understanding, but also he would take the mickey out of people, basically. So they never knew where they stood. And he draws close to you and he's saying to me, she's got to calm her head down. She's got to calm her head down. She's got to try, if she can, to sort of just relax a little bit more than what she does. Oh my goodness, she's been, oh God, I don't know where to start because there's been all sorts going on. I can't help it. I can't help it. Every time I look down and I see her there, I think, oh my God, when's it all going to get itself sorted out? Oh, I don't know. She gets so frustrated, you know, she gets worked, oh dear me, she gets worked up as well. She doesn't know the half of it. She really doesn't, because she gets herself in moods as well, you know. Oh God, yeah, she gets herself in moods because I've actually I've been wandering around and I've been watching her, and she's been a bit snappy as well, and she's trying her best, you know, but oh dear, she just can't help it. Hi, Ashley, and it's
Night,
like
Alison.
the more he's sort of coming in, the more he's wanting to just literally pick your spirits up, literally pick them up. And as it makes me laugh because as I'm watching him, he's making me aware of going around picking spirits up here, there, and everywhere. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? And he said, well, I'm picking them up, you know. But having said that, Stacey, it's like he's wanting you to start looking forward, okay? Not back over, forward. I tell you what it is, she's been in reverse mode for months, she has. Reverse mode for months. She keeps looking back. She's looking back over things, you know. Oh, I keep saying to her though, because I get inside of her head. I get inside of there and I talk to her. And then she's thinking she's lost it. She's thinking she's lost the plot. She's thinking she's gone, you know. And all the time she sort of thinks she's gone, she's questioning everything. She's literally questioning everything. And I keep saying to her, look, for God's sake, just relax. Just relax. Just go with the flow. Try just for once to allow yourself to, I've got to put that in nice terms. Allow yourself to sort of go forward without giving it this. Oh, dear God, when she gives it, she gives it. And it's like, I can see where she's coming from. I can see where she's coming from. I can see whereby she goes in which she doesn't allow herself to stop at the one position, or she keeps going down and down and down deep inside. And as she goes down deep inside, she starts telling herself, oh, this is when she starts giving it this again. And everybody else then is getting this. And I'm getting it up here because I'm getting it in the air. And I'm just sort of like having a look to see what's going on. And I'm thinking, oh God, there she goes again. She's off it again. She I don't know about this. She's off her head again. Look at her. Look at the way she's going. She's off her head again. And as he's talking like this, I've got a lady coming in. Now, this lady, I've got to say, ooh, this is the lady you have to watch out for. This is a lady who would be blunt. This is a lady who would be very matter-of-factly. This is a lady you knew you never, ever got on the wrong side of her. Because if you did, my God, she would lay the law down. And she's very much, I put the capital B in battle axe me when I was there. I held no prisoners, me. I was giving it what for. Never mind if he thinks he's getting away. Oh, she's one of them. If he thinks he's getting away with that, he's got another thing coming there. I'm not going to have what he said to me. I'll show him. And she's rolling the sleeves up. And as she's rolling the sleeves up, she's making me very aware here that, you know, I'll tell you what, she's forming a fist. And I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, blimey, she's going to clock somebody. And I want to get back here, don't I? I want to get this not sorted out because I've had enough. I've had so much go on up this side of life, and I'm thinking if I was down there, she'd know what I would do and all. And I've gone from somebody that was a lovely joker of a character to a one that would have been very strong-willed, to a point of whereby it's like the more you sort of see her go on, the more you think to yourself, is it me she's having a go at? Not somebody else. But she's talking about somebody here that she wants to, how do I put that? She's very much after wanting to sort of grab hold of them by the scruff of the neck. And this is the type of thing she would do, you know. And she's saying to me, she says, I'm telling you now, she says, I'm not happy with what's been said. I'm not happy with what's been said. I'm going to sort that lot out. I'm coming back here and I'm going to deal with it because I've had enough. And the next thing you know, you'll see me coming through the wall. And when you see me come through the wall, you know there's going to be trouble. I'm telling you now, you know there's going to be trouble. She's excitable, if you know what I mean. She's the type of lady that at the end of the day, you think to yourself, hey, you know, just relax. But she couldn't relax. She never could. She always seemed to want to be getting to a point whereby she had to have her say. And by that, I mean, she had to have her say, you know. Nobody would stop her. Nobody would, because everybody then would start vacating the area, you know. Everyone then would be thinking, oh my God, here she goes again. I'm off. I'm out of here because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be the one that she turns on. I'm going to be the one that she turns on. So everybody would sort of make, shall we say, a sharp exit, you know, and leave the odd occasional soul there that would have to take the brunt, basically, you know. And it's like the more I look at her, the more I'm seeing now, though, where this is a lady who was starting to struggle health-wise, you know. A lady, bless her, who she wasn't able to cope with a lot of things. It's like I'm watching her. It's like she's struggling to get up out of a chair. And she's talking about how important it is that it would be able for her to get out of that chair so that she could go and attack someone, basically. And, you know, I look at that because if I could get up out of this chair, if I could get up out, I come here, I'll sort you out. And, and I'm saying, just sit there, love, just sit there. Don't worry about it. But she's saying to me here about how it's important that you don't allow yourself to get drawn into things, okay? Stop getting drawn in. Because somebody here, they're wanting to stir the pot. And as I'm watching them stir the pot, people are getting drawn in. And as people are getting drawn in, things are being said. And as things are being said, I'm being shown whereby, you know, there's an ulterior motive in what's being said. Stop listening. Let it go in one ear, out the other one. If you can't let it go in that ear and out the other one, just let it go over the top of your head, okay? And stop faffing about with your hair, she's telling me. Stop faffing about with your hair. And I'm saying, I'm not touching it. She says, not you, you fool. Okay, good God. All right. Hands up, I give in, you know. So, you know, I'm going to draw away from you now. No, I can't draw away from you. Because I've got a child here. And I'm seeing a lot of tears. And I've just suddenly been made aware of a child that went to this side of life, never to return to this world. And I'm seeing a lot of sadness, but it's like this lady's got them under her wing, basically. She's looking after them. She's sorting them, basically. All right. So I'm going to draw away from you with that. All right. But take their love. And I'm being told to say peace is coming. You've just got to hang in there a bit longer. You will find that peace is coming. All right. And I will leave you that. Carry on, boys. Carry on.
Right. Sorry. I'm going to do a quick one, then I've got one after that. So I'm going to do a quick one on a card, which I got told to do earlier. But Laurie, I will be coming to you next after I've quickly done this one. So, Tanya, is your husband about, please? Tanya? No, ride out.
He is. She's handing him the phone.
All right. No, because one above said yes as well. So there's two Tanyas on. So if he can actually do the typing when I'm giving these cards, and he's lucky because I'm not normally doing cards now, so you're lucky here. Right, here, what I'm seeing at the moment, there's so much going on around you, and there's a lot of hurt as well, and you don't know whether you're coming or going. Things are really getting to you, and you just want to lay in bed and sleep. You just don't want to do anything at the moment because this is how things have got you. Right, here is the first one where there's a dog in here as well, but there's also a child as well. So I do feel there is a child in spirit that you know about. There's a gentleman also here that comes in close to you that's actually pointing his finger at you and saying, "What you doing, son? What you doing? You've got to start motivating yourself because it feels like you're not you've sort of lost your motivation on where things are coming." And like the second one here, they're actually telling you you are still loved. Don't ever think that you're not loved, because you are. Things that have really got on top of you to the point that it's not getting you. You're actually feeling quite a lot of sadness, and things are really going around. But we do feel there's new things coming on the horizon, and also you are. I don't think you are a spiritual being, but I do feel there's things coming in that you are starting to understand things. But they're actually coming in and just letting you know you are loved. They are around you. Please don't ignore. Please start motivating. I know you feel you've lost your motivation, but you haven't. You've got it there. We will help you get it there as well. So I'm going to leave that with you and say, bless you. Thank you for allowing me to do these cards for you. So cheers. Right. And I did say I was going to Laurie Sue Quaggin Clement. Is that? If they're still here. Are you still here, Laurie Sue? Thank you, Carly. And I'll be sending the cards out in the post tomorrow, so you should get your other cards. Night, night, Tracy.
Yeah, she's still there, buddy.
Right. I can't see her on the ticket tape. That's why I'm. Oh, yeah. Right, Laurie, what I'm seeing around you at the moment is a lot of sadness. That things have been actually not been going too well for you lately. And I feel there is someone that passed not that long ago around you. And I do feel there is a lady and a gentleman that's actually coming in around you, and just seeing the tears that you've shed as of late. They just think that you just feel, why is this all happening? What is going on? Why am I doing this? And this is how things have actually been getting to you lately. And this lady who's on the maternal side is actually coming in, and she's just coming in with so much admiration for you. But she's saying, we may not have got on too good when I was here, but I've seen what I've done, and I am actually all apologetic for how I was. And do you resonate with this at all, Laurie? Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, they're actually coming in with a lot of love around you at the moment, because they're saying you do feel quite lonely. Even though you may have thousands of people around you, you still feel alone. And you feel you haven't really got anyone to really talk to. And they're just saying, well, we're here. We've never left you. We're always down by you. You can always talk to us. You may not get an answer straight away, but the answer will come. And they're just coming in with so much love for you. And they're saying, just do what you need to do, you know. There will be people who will support you, and we support you no matter what. We'll always support you. But don't just say things and not do them. Do them. And this is where they're actually coming in and just saying, you've got to start doing things that you want, and you will get the support. And people may be shocked, but they will understand at the end. So I'm going to leave that with you. It was a short message, but that is what they had to say. No problem. No problem. And remember, you are loved. Don't let people try to put you down. You are loved. And that's it. I say bless you. Thank you. And that's a new one. Never seen this, Laurie, before.
Oh, well done.
Mm. So, Daddy, are you, or are we bringing it to a close? I can't hear you.
Gonna bring it to a close, buddy, because I'm getting tired. So
Yeah.
Deep joy.
There's a spirit stood next to you, by the way, Tom.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yes, it's Daddy. It's not Tom. Dear God, come on.
Daddy-in-law, there is a spirit person stood next to you.
So what do they want then, son-in-law? Or am I allowed to ask?
You're allowed to ask because he's one of your crowd.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what's he after? You tell me off.
No, he's just stood there.
He's on guard then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on guard.
It's more of a watching over you type thing.
I can understand that. Which one is he?
He is the gentleman that identifies as a Knights Templar.
He wanted me to put my Knights Templar shirt on tonight, but I put my Kiss My Bass one on. I've got the one with the Knights Templar, you know. He wanted, so I know he's been around most of the day, basically. Yes.
There's been a lot of things going on today that just...
Yeah. Ready for battle.
Yeah.
I do occasionally see him sat in the back seat of our car.
Yeah. Yeah, he's full of armor, basically.
Yeah.
Full of armor. Yeah. He very proud guy. Very proud guy.
A very gentle guy as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you wrong him. You will know about it because you will feel his sword.
Yeah. Oh, bless you, Tasman, and you will win, Tom. That's what she's put.
Thank you, Tasman. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got the right people on the other side of life, shall we say, to deal with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long-winded explanation, Geordie, basically. Yeah. Nothing to do with anyone here.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
It's big things happen around me. Shall we just say the right forces collect, and when they collect, I know it's a case of yeah, they're going to deal with whatever that needs to be dealt with. Yes, he was a Knights Templar, Geordie. Yeah. He always comes in his full uniform basically, and he's got his white smock on with his red cross. And a lot of the time he'll be there with his sword basically, and he just basically he places himself down on one knee a lot of the time, and he will just it's like he's there for protection. My last vision was of a beautiful refined sword in a fire. The sword had light codes that flared up and cleared in appearance as the flames flickered. Oh yes, KK. That tends to be what happens with him. I've got various different ones though, for various different occasions, we'll say. And there is a tendency that when they do draw close, people know it. People do know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're gonna keep close this down now. Tomorrow we are on the special at 8 o'clock with the lovely Lynn Green, who's going to be doing pendulum reads. So have your questions up, and she will do her best to answer. And then there'll be Luke doing the crystal balls, and I will be doing the mediumship. And Wednesday, I'm going to leave it up to you. We're doing a Zoom, which I will send out the codes and that. And I will leave it up to you as it's a special. Would you want wax cards or mediumship? That'll be on Wednesday. So I'm going to leave it up to you.
Take care all.
Yes, a very big thank you to each and every one of you for joining us this evening
and supporting us.
Yeah, and making this a fantastic night of mediumship and question and answers. So,
and thank you, especially we need the support at the moment, and we thank you for all your support. We appreciate each and every one of you, and never forget you are appreciated and you are loved. Don't matter if people turn around and say things, up your broad shoulders, turn around and say, I don't need that. I know I'm loved. I've got what I need. The love from spirit, that is everlasting love. That's all everyone needs, really.
Keep sending the old ticker as well.
Yes.
Because it needs it, bless it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ticker needs it, bless it.
Yeah. So
still under investigation, but there you go.
Yeah. Lots of love to each and every one of you. And if you want to join us tomorrow, we'll be on this site 8 o'clock with us and the lovely Lynn Green from America.
Don't be late. We kick off at 8.
Yeah. And we'll see you then.
Yeah. So God willing, we'll see you all again very soon. So until then, look after yourselves and each other. God bless you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.